Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. You already know what's poppin', so let's just get into it. Okay, I have some, let's look at the time. Oh my god, the time is actually 12:34. 12:34. So I love that because that number just like represents steps in the right direction for me personally. So like, let's fucking go. Oh my goodness. You're not supposed to say the F word on YouTube, I think. So make sure y'all like this, hype it, comment, especially if y'all like resonate with the message or if y'all just like my vibe. Let's get into it, y'all. We're gonna start with the downloads, okay? It's like I'm cold and high at the same time, so y'all gotta excuse me and excuse me for like being like in my natural state, but y'all will be okay, okay? Love ya, okay? Anyways, let's get into this. My bad, y'all. Should have had it pulled up already, but like, I got it. We have it. All right, so first of all, I'm dealing with a group of people in this moment who need to make sure that if you're watching tarot videos or whatever, you guys need to like make sure that you are, you know how like in videos where a reader might say, or like an energy reader might say, because it's not just tarot, right? I'm just saying that right now, right? But an energy reader might say like your friend or your, not your friend, your friend is a good example too, but like, I'm trying to think of what people say all the time. So also things like your soulmate or your what is the other one? Twin flame and stuff like that, okay? So make sure that you guys are following exactly what you fully believe in, all right? So like if someone's saying that and you don't necessarily go for that, like it might not be for you. And if someone's like referring to anyone in a way that is not truly aligned to what they are to you, that may not be for you. So like that was just like, I guess like a quick little disclaimer, but it came through as a bit of a download. I feel like it was more with that, but maybe not, okay? So anyways, you have a sureness of self, okay? And people expect for people to try, keyword try, and attempt to like gang up on you. I doubt if people will ever do something physical, so don't ever allow fear mongering in your energy as well. I just feel the need to say that if you're gonna like watch these types of videos of energy readings and things like that, like keep that in mind, okay? You don't want to give in to fear mongering. Everyone isn't being gang stalked. The word is stalked, by the way, like STALKED. So like I don't want any confusion there. Like everyone isn't being like I don't want to say the words that you can't say on YouTube. So that's what I'm really struggling with. So excuse me, y'all. But like I said, just if y'all resonating, make sure that y'all are hyping, liking, commenting. Because if y'all don't, first of all, if y'all not doing that, I don't think I'm really even connecting with your energy anyway. So I don't know why I'm wasting my breath. But anyways, let's continue. I love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell, turn the notifications on if you don't want to subscribe. Okay, but anyways, yeah, so like I just feel like you gotta be careful because everyone isn't getting like attacks or like powed at or boom boomed, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not happening to everyone, and I don't want people to ever be like living like that, you know what I'm saying? That's a crazy way to live, watching this kind of stuff and really like being like, oh, I don't believe that, but somewhere in your subconscious you're like, you know, especially if you stay in like certain types of cities where there might be like violence or whatever, okay? Or if you left like a certain like area or group or lifestyle, like that does not dictate your, and then you might be paranoid for other reasons, so keep that in mind. But you just need to chill, okay? So people are going to gang up on you, but what I was saying, what to say all of that is that like this is rarely ever going to get physical at all. Like this is always going to be like very like covert and like nasty. Like the higher the levels that you go, people are a lot more covert about the things that they do, or just like sly and cunning about the things that they like to do, child. So but you're protected, but that you just need to know that, okay? You have a sureness of self. People are going to naturally want to come up against you and just like you know, especially I'm getting, especially like when you are in workspaces, like new workspaces, especially with like new groups of people, you gotta kind of expect, don't worry, but just like be aware of the fact that people are gonna be a bit cliquey, a little bitchy, a little yappy, a little, they need to mind their damn businessy, depending on what kind of person you are. Because some people are so weird, they need people to be in their business. But I don't think I'm talking to anyone like that, unless you're just weird and watching my channel. In that case, don't, you know, stay back. Peace. You know what I'm saying? We're good, buddy. Anyways, yeah, as long as you stay away from me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that is the download or whatever for that. I feel like people, you're the kind of person where people just think you're like beautiful, hence the word Venus on the top of the deck. They don't always like to admit that you're an influence. And that you're their favorite to emulate. Oh yeah, okay, so real people, like there are people who don't necessarily want to admit that you are such an influence, like that you have so much like gifts and promise for yourself in your life. I feel like you deal with the kind of people who also like love to emulate their favorite like things about you. I feel like you might be like a quirky sort of individual at times. I'm gonna take these off because they're like drying out. But like I feel like you tend to be like a more quirky individual at times. So I feel like their favorite traits about you could be things that they like to emulate and copy, right? But then they try to act like that's not the case. They try to gatekeep you in all these very weird ways. Their personality is just like really dry. Like I'm getting that their personality is just like really dry, really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, it looks like my glasses are taped, but it's tape on my nose. Anyways, yeah, love, yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, I don't like that. There's this new saying that I'm gonna start saying to y'all, right? And it says, fakes, jakes, what we don't F with is fakes, jakes, and low-key vibing snakes or whatever. And that's gonna be our like new things. And fakes are basically people who are unreal, like fake people, literally unreal people. NPCs is another word. Jakes are people who are arrogant and just feel like the world belongs to them, but they literally have done nothing to like be treated in such a way. Like everyone deserves respect, I feel like, as long as they are respectful in return. Like I'm the kind of person where I feel like everyone deserves respect like automatically until they do the first weird thing that says you don't deserve respect. Then, you know, you have the right to say they lost my respect, and then you know why, instead of just meeting people with disrespect. That's really weird, and I feel like perpetuating that kind of energy is just really dangerous. So yeah, like don't be a Jake or whatever. Jakes are just people walking around with their nose in the air thinking they can just conquer land and shit. Clock that. Conquering land and shit. Oh yeah, and low vibing snakes is kind of like self-explanatory, but I will go further and say low vibing snakes are very much so opportunists. Ugh, we don't like those. Those are gross. Because I love snakes, the animals, but like, you know what I'm saying. So let's just get into the cards or whatever, because I read the all of the downloads that we have for you guys. If you're new here, okay, which a lot of you probably are, and thank you to everyone who joined the channel or is going to join the channel or considering. I feel like such a nerd. This is really blowing me right now, especially with the way the light is shining on it. Anyways, guys, let's just ignore my appearance right now, okay? I'm so fine, okay? Anyways, you are quite beautiful to look at. You probably are really good at like organizing a space or just making something like look very beautiful and like homey. You're just delightful is the word that just dropped into my noggin, okay? So yeah, y'all, and that's what I was gonna say. Okay, my bad, y'all. I'm feeling a little like all over the place. So you could be just like really anxious right now, or you could just be the kind of person where you might be like a little ADHD. You may not be fully diagnosed with anything like that, but or like anxiety either, but you could still associate yourself with being a little anxious or whatever, a little fidgety, or you could just be like that. more at this moment, at this time, because I'm in channeling mode and like I'm like jumping all over the place, and I'm not usually so damn squirrely when I'm reading, and I feel like excuse me y'all, I feel like I'm making room in my body, like I just kind of move something out of the way, like, you get what I'm saying, y'all? Like I just discovered something, right? So anyways, y'all, I am the kind of person where I do oracle readings, so I just read energy, guys. I'm not like some type of like witchy like I'm gonna tell you a fortune. I'm more so the kind of person who would say like we're reading the energy, like, so we're reading like real frequencies and energetic like currency that is readable through using tools to read it. So like there's nothing weird about that. I just feel the need to say that because I feel like people be watching this stuff and just thinking the weirdest things about folks, but the people who make the most money, they would be so surprised at what these people will do to get it. So these cards have not, like, these are just one of their, and then trust me, this is one of them for sure. And look how God shows up. I'm gonna just stop talking right there because like what hello, like Ace of Swords, please. Okay, there's a lot of projecting that gets done on you because you have this Venus energy. Like, let's get into it, y'all. We're 11 minutes in. Let's pull some cards out. I do mostly oracle. I know how to read tarot, but I'm just like putting storylines together with the tarot cards right now. And so I'm just using my lovely oracle decks, and I'm so excited, y'all. This is my handmade deck that we're using right now. I just pulled 5 cards, which is, you know, sometimes I just really just black out and just pull out how many my consciousness tells me to. So 5 is the number of change, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, and in my studies. So yeah, Saturn energy came out. Okay, so definitely a lot of structure. I've been seeing people call it Daddy Saturn, so I like that. Papa Saturn, Dada Saturn. So Saturn, okay, lots of structure, lots of discipline in your world right now. Water element, you could be feeling very emotional or just processing a lot of like emotional elements of yourself right now. I feel like I can't even keep up with you. So you've been doing a lot of work, and you've been doing it for a while now, and very deeply. Maybe you've been maybe neglecting it for a while. So you've had a lot to like muckrake. You know what I'm saying? Like you've had a lot to like get through as far as like admitting and then like doing something about what you feel. Okay, you could be dealing with a slick talker, or you could be a slick talker. I feel like somebody is also crying over spilled milk, because I did see this at the bottom of this deck, but the 5 of cups or whatever, and obviously someone's just looking down at cups and looking sad, and the cups are spilled, some of them are not. And you know, I just obviously was just gonna give you like someone's just sad. They're not worried about the good things right now. They're not trying to necessarily look at the silver lining or look at the positive in the situation. They just want to feel their feelings. And that makes sense if you've been working on your emotional body. So that's somebody's read right there. But there was another message I did get along with that card. So I'm going to find that. And then this is more so for the collective, for the whole. All right. So, yeah, you're being called to, yes, thank you, Holy Spirit. You're being called to like basically grieve this specific thing with the slick talker. Like give yourself a literal certain amount of time. Like the first time I ever heard about this, and I'm not really the biggest fan of Beyonce these days, but like she once said apparently that like when she's sad, she gives herself like 24 hours to be sad, and then after that it's like, okay, back to, you know, living life the way that I have to, because you know you can't just quit obviously when you have something emotional going on. So just make sure that you don't allow yourself to grieve whatever this is with this slick talker. Like let's look into this. You also have your overthinking and non-religious, and that's so insane, y'all, because like that's low-key insane, because this card has been coming out so much. So I feel like if y'all been relating to the other readings that come out with like non-religious being the card, like one of the cards that come out, like y'all, this is really tripping me up. Let's look at this. Okay, who is the slick talker? Like that's what I want to know. Like I'm trying to figure this out right now. Oh, I feel like this is the more masculine person in the, if this is like romantic. When I say relationship, I mean any kind of relationship. This could be any kind of relationship. Relationship means you can have a relationship with your brother, a relationship with your mother, But when I say it, if it's like romantic, I'll say romantic. I won't say like, oh, your relationship solely. Anyways, y'all, I feel like the more masculine person in this relationship is a bit of a slick talker, okay? And they tend to get their way, okay? No matter who this is in your life, or that's what they've become, depending on if you know this about them or if you just learned this about them. Is this person infamous for being a slick talker? Like, I'm curious. No, that's what I got that already immediately. Like, I feel like you don't know this about this person, but this is some type of trait that they've picked up or that they're picking up, or I don't know if they want to stay being this way or what. Does this person want to stay this way? The Five of Cups just fell off. Yeah, they do. They feel comfortable. It's not a big yes, but it's definitely the kind of yes where it's like, yeah. Yeah, they kind of do, unfortunately. Yeah, because like the Five of Cups with the Death fell out of the off the bottom of the deck. So the bottom of the deck for me usually symbolizes like the subconscious of the matter. So what's going on like deep within a person's like psyche, you know, that part of them they access in the dream world. You know what I'm saying? Very sensitive space that is impressionable to, you know, the most subtle things, you know, in life, and the things that hit us the hardest and the things we try to bury especially. So yeah, like I'm just picking up on the fact that like whatever the person that's crying over spilled milk, I'm not sure if it's you or them. I feel like it's both of you guys in your own ways. I feel like you may somebody is a little bit more well versed in like getting over stuff, and I mean truly getting over stuff. I don't mean burying it. I mean like truly processing stuff. So, you know, make sure you're doing that, I guess, in this situation. I can't help but to look at these cards like side by side, and I'm seeing the Death card, you know, basically the person looking down at the cups and then the little person looking up at the horse, and somebody's, you know, with us no more. And I don't know, y'all can look at it as well. Like there's nothing inappropriate in this, but basically it just looks like it goes together a bit, and it looks like the sun is just setting on something is being put to rest, and I feel like that's getting like knocked out of somebody's subconscious. Somebody's really processing this, and then someone else, I don't know if they're having the easiest time. And you know why? I think somebody's processing this well because they have the Wheel of Fortune here with the Two of Wands. So I feel like they already have like plans for their life. So either way it goes, they're gonna be okay. Okay, tell us something about this sweet talker. I was just about to say, tell us something. Okay, so they really want to make some type of quick move or fast decision, and they are trying to like put together whatever like material alchemy they can. Okay, they're like really doing it. So I don't know if they're like making sure they're like right on top of their schedule, and they're grooming and telling themselves positive things and trying to be on their P's and Q's just to be in the mindset of like, I guess like being in the thing that they want. So whoever this is to you, and it is feeling slightly like romantic in nature, it is, you know what I'm saying, but it really could be other personal relationships too that are just personal and like complicated. So I just really want to point that out. All right, so their plan is to basically just like pull themselves together to like make this so, but I feel like they can't make it happen. Like they just keep getting sad and keep getting like very anxious and just in their head. But about what though? Like, make it make sense. About what? I don't know. It's the Sun card. So I was gonna say like for like mindlessly like, oh, they're just, you know, knowing what the card is about. It's usually about happiness and clarity, but that's what I was getting like right after I let it sizzle on my mind for just 2 seconds, child. But like some type of clarity is making someone a little stressed out. What was the clarity? What was the clarity? I'm looking at these sunflowers. I'm being drawn to them. Like somebody's very like confident and like youthful, maybe innocent as well, because I'm looking at the child that's on the top of this I'm looking at this whole card actually. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is like the whole answer is on the card, girl. So just put the deck down. Okay, my bad, my bad. My bad, Holy Spirit, higher self. Okay. But yeah, so I feel like somebody is viewing you as like very one with your inner self, very innocent, childlike. You're very honest, and you might see them as a red flag, or you've seen their red flags, or they can't hide their red flags. It's that whole kind of energy. So like, okay, like, are their red flags really that bad and like terrible? Because you know everybody has their boundaries and limits, so let's just get to the nitty gritty, right? Like that's why we're here. 20 minutes. Let's get this done, baby. Y'all know I don't like to go past 25 minutes. So, and I want as many details as possible, y'all, but we're gonna get y'all some good oracle before we get up out of here too. Okay, so I feel like one, they're working on their money and their like material harvest or whatever, but real quick, like I just feel like they're the kind of person that overthinks a lot. They stay in their head a lot. They can give people like a lot of mental coldness because they feel a little, I feel like their mental imprisonment, them feeling so imprisoned by their thoughts in their mind, it really causes their worst feelings to come out, their worst life experience. You know what I'm saying? To the point where all they're doing is, and if you're not looking at the screen, you might want to look at this, but like all they want to do at that point is just like live life through their phone device. And what's crazy is I've been thinking about that today, so I know it has something to do with this reading. Thank you, Holy Spirit. But like, I have a very like hardcore opinion on just like the way that like the internet and like social media is like panning out right now. And I feel like the fact that a lot of these things are being created and funded and cultivated by people who are introverted, rich men, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes white, you know what I'm saying? Or just like men in general, because they're not always white, right? But I'm saying like the way the technology is heading, basically it's like it's basically encouraging people to like become like very obsessed with like self, to the point where they isolate in their homes like a lot more than what's natural, so they can just kind of like consume things in their little home and only come out to like basically enjoy entertainment and maybe like work, and that's it. So I feel like this person is like getting sucked into that whole living experience because they just can't get over something here, but they have this long-term plan that they really want to get going on. So I feel like as soon as they feel like they can pick themselves up, I guess they want to start on that plan. And it clearly that plan may involve you because it's coming out in this energy read. Okay, so what's the likelihood of that happening? You know, before I ask that, what is the issue? Like, what is this person overthinking so much? What is it? There was a tower that happened. What was the tower? I just heard food or fool. Something about food. You guys might have been eating. You guys might have been eating out, like eating food out or getting food to go or something like that. But there was a tower moment that happens amongst food, or it could have had something to do with food as well. But somebody is also a fool. So maybe they did something that made themselves look foolish, or someone in this equation did something that made them foolish. We got the Three of Pentacles here. Someone is nude on the card, but there's that one. And I feel like basically people were being pulled together to kind of work together in a very like wholesome way, and that just literally got obliterated by something. And I feel like that's all that you kind of need to know right now. Oh, I'm being drawn to the teacher talking to the student. Okay, so I'm going to show you the card, but I'm going to block the model. Okay, but the teacher is like telling the student how to draw, or like obviously like coaching them. So I feel like it has something to do with that. I feel like maybe you guys were, maybe somebody was being, is this about the teacher or the student? It's about the student, but who made the mistake? I guess the person, because they're the ones that's so stressed out. So did they make the mistake? Like, no, they didn't. Did they just regret the way something happened. Like, I don't know, did they regret the way something happened? I feel like it was more in that ballpark. Like somebody just regrets the way that something went down. So I do think that, like, yeah, they're getting away from it though emotionally, because they're really committed to, I guess, like the thought of like life with you or whatever. Maybe they were trying to critique you, and like maybe they just didn't like what they said or how it came off. But this death card keeps coming back, so I'm just thinking like something really needed to get transformed. Maybe a relationship, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that we can end this now, because this is getting to feel like a little bit personal. But like, how can we make it more broad, Holy Spirit? Like, how can we, before we move on to the oracle, let's give us the last out of here. Yeah, somebody's very much so like over something. Okay, so I feel like you could be the person that's like, oh, look, I'm over that or whatever. Like, I feel like, dude, like, it's a part of it. Like, especially like, maybe, how can I explain it? I feel like you're maybe looking at this, the person who is so upset is looking at this a little bit deeper than it is. Like, I feel like you're dealing with someone who's very forgiving, especially if you've been doing the work to like grow. But then literally, look, y'all, oh my gosh. With that being said, like, come on. We're gonna move on to the oracle, the other oracle. But what did I say? Somebody is learning. They're in their fool's journey. But have they been doing the work though? Like, let's give us one more on that, Holy Spirit, if we can. We're going so over. So like, this person definitely has been in a space where they have been self-improving to the point where they've been even able to like look at what they can conquer in life. They could also surround themselves with great people at work and people who are just very like intuitive and like honest and stuff, and like literally a double on the honesty, because I picked that up off the High Priestess, and I kind of literally, I saw this card, but it slipped my mind for a second there that it was the card of truth. So like, I feel like they are a person who's very honest with themselves. I feel like they see a future for themselves. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I feel like they more so just like see a future for themselves, and they keep honest people around. And I feel like they keep an advisor on deck as well, somebody who can advise them, even if that's just like a family member or a friend or a coworker, but somebody who, like I said, is gonna keep them honest, keep being honest to them. So I mean, this is a very self-aware person, so that's the bright side of it. Let's get some get you guys something from the child. I don't know how, I forgot what this deck is called. What is this deck called? It's gonna bug me. Is it the name on it? Child, I'm gonna have to put it in the freaking, because I know people be wanting to know that, right? But I forget the name of this one right now because I've had it for such a long time. But it's like I know it too, but I just can't, because I'm channeling. It's like I don't want to close my channel off to get back in my logical mind. That's pretty much how that goes. All right, so we got two, so we're just gonna roll with that. All right, there just needs to be some give and take in this situation. That's what two is about. It's about making sure that there's reciprocity in all your dealings. And then you have goals and journey. So you need to make sure that you're hitting your goals and that you're sticking to the journey, and not only sticking to the journey, but like loving the process. So your goals are the most important. Keep your like stuff in order, right? Your affairs. Your goals are your signposts along your road of transformation. So your goals are the things that align you to what you want right now. So if something doesn't go well with what you have going on for yourself, simple as that. Like, you don't need to really pay any attention, to be honest. And then this other one says your journey is measured through the appreciation of each step. Okay, so if you guys wanted to see the card or whatever, so like I said, you got to love the journey, each step of it. Sometimes things start off a little bit differently than we think they're going to start off, if they start at all. So just keep that in mind. Like, everything isn't for us, first of all, and second of all, child, like, they don't always go how we think they are. So let's get one more. This is the Affirm Actions deck. I love this deck. It's literally so cute, y'all. It's the cutest little deck, and these cards are like really like hard and firm, but they're like plastic. Let's get one from here. I just love them too, because they give you some really good advice on like just money and like keeping that part of your life together, like your productivity in general. Let's get one. This one tried to come out, so I'm gonna just take it. It's hard for these to fly out anyways, but it says, I am and evolutionary creative, discovering and developing my creativity. So I feel like you're just really on a creative path in your life right now. So you don't need anything that's gonna like really disrupt your solar plexus, like, and your sacral chakra. Like, your lower chakras need to be intact, all of them, but especially your lower ones. You need to feel grounded, you need to feel safe, you need to feel like you can express yourself in confidence. So you don't need to do anything that's gonna knock your confidence or confuse you or just like bring too much drama in your life. Okay, this glare is doing something crazy on my glasses and on this card, and it's like the soft yellow is just kind of hard to see the words, and it says smile. Okay, write down your imagination. Don't wait, whoa. Write down your imagination. Do not write it off. Okay, I knew I was reading it wrong. I was just low-key reading it backwards in my head, dude. Dyslexia vibes. Okay, so write down your imagination. Do not write it off. Okay, so make sure that you are keeping. I've been doing that lately, so that's like, yeah, do that. If you're the kind of, if we vibing, you get it. And then that's just like the first piece of advice, and I always read the first one and then the last one or whatever. So it says, tip, do not sabotage your dreams by letting someone else decide your narrative. It is your dream, not theirs. I'm gonna drop the mic on that, y'all. So I'm out of my channel and I'm back to myself. I love you guys. Thank you for doing all the things and making sure that this video can get like seen and you guys can get more videos, because child, if YouTube holds me back too much, like, it's just gonna be shorter videos and just like less often. Like, and I already read like intuitively, so like I read when I feel well enough and when I feel like I actually have something to share. And I've been collecting the downloads that I'm gonna say at the beginning of all these videos I'm about to upload. I've been collecting them for like over the days that I haven't been reading, so just keep that in mind. I'm always doing that, okay? And when I'm not reading, I'm usually just like working, taking care of myself, stuff like that. I don't feel like I need to like overdo it. If I have nothing to say, I don't like just, you know, fill in space for the heck of it, unless I'm just like trying to be disciplined with a schedule or something, which I actually do want to post every day. So I do want to make sure that I'm getting you guys something out every day, a video of some sort every day, at least one. Okay, so excuse me y'all, but I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.